Hey guys, Adam Perry here with TrueDFS, and I am going to go over today's 10-game NHL DFS slate. It's a big slate if you're playing up in the nosebleeds. You got the 555 for 100K up top, so that's pretty exciting if you're playing it. Otherwise, pretty good contest across the board. We're going to do our usual process using SaberSim to build lineups. Just do a couple different things today. One thing we usually do at the top is go through news to get an idea if there's anything we need to look out for. I'm going to just do an abridged version. I looked at it already, so I don't really feel the need to look at it again. The only thing that's kind of coming is this Matt Barzal game time decision. He's not, I mean, like you look at the Islanders total, they're not super consequential on this slate, but he's a good player. He could get in your player pool, especially if you're MMEing. So take a look out for Barzal. What's up, Depot? How you doing? So take a look out for that. Now, the other thing we're going to do different is Chris had asked yesterday about building your own fields. And I kind of said why I don't do it, but we'll experiment with it a little bit. We'll use Goldie's ownership to build a field. And then you're playing just single entry on the big slate. Yeah, why not? I mean, I tend to play single entry too. I know you got a young kid, Depot, but so do I. So it's hard to play. It's really hard to MME when you have to late swap so many lineups and all that. So the single entry is for me these days. Keeps me in the game, keeps it fun. So the one thing we do though, always, and I'm still going to do it, is we just kind of look at projections to get a feel for who's bunching up. And I want to use SaberSim to build lineups, but I'll still take a look at this every day and kind of just do one hand build. It's kind of helped us not only figure out who the chalk is, but learn a little puck, get a little no puck knowledge, get these lines down. I'm going straight to Columbus. You could see them bunching up as the top values in Sheets' metric. So I think they're fully correlated, Vronikoff, Fantilli, Marchenko on power play one. They're going to be chalky, but they're coming up as good plays. Now, I don't know how cheap they're going to be because you get these guys, even if they're low, like Fantilli and Monahan, Vronikoff and Marchenko aren't bad. But what's Werenski? 7,700. I mean, it's cheap for Werenski, but it ain't cheap. Let's see if we get a goalie who our best goalie is right now. Blackwood. He's total spend up. Let's go down a little to like Igor or Ilya. Sorry, Ilya. I just confused Sorokin and Shesterkin. These are both on New York teams. They both have those like Russian or Slavic names, whatever. All right. So say we throw in Ilya. Now you could play Barzal. But let's see. Let's find like a good point per dollar play. Klingberg's always go. You could correlate Klingberg and Wenberg. Just wait for this late night stuff. So they're looking at good point per dollar plays. You know, Klingberg on the Sharks power play. Then you have a lot to work with. So there's a lot. You know, Columbus is going to be chalky. They got a strong total. The price is right. You could do a lot fitting them in. 4-3 or less for single entry. Can you try it for the knuckle puck? Yeah, we'll sim the knuckle puck. Pope. I wouldn't go less than 4-3 on a 10-game slate. I don't like going less than 4-3 ever. I mean, I was looking at post-contest results of it, like they just grade so much better. Your Sklansky bucks are just so much higher when you're correlating. It's one of those few levers you could pull in DFS to make this less of a parlay. So I don't play less than 4-3 on anything or in anything. It just you can make plus EV lineups that aren't 4-3, but you get caught with some minus EV lineups a lot too. And there's like an ROI floor. You know, I always say it's not just the ROI ceiling you get from those, which you do, but you can hit an ROI floor. So I don't know. I'm just on the 4-3 and up train. Been overstacking? I don't know. I don't think there is overstacking. I mean, we see 6-mans and 5-mans grade well all the time. How do you know you're overstacking? What are your post-contest ROIs look like? I mean, I don't know. Are they plus EV? If they're negative EV, then I don't know if it's overstacking, if something's wrong, and maybe it's the stack. But you know, I don't know. I don't think you could overstack in hockey. I'm Mr. Correlation. You can call me. Correlation is king, and there's not many places we get it. It's one of the few things we could pull into. Otherwise, you're just playing more of a parlay. And so I don't know. We'll look at post contest sims for yesterday on the smaller slate and see what graded best. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna switch to Goldie's projections, and I'm gonna switch to his ownership, and then I'm gonna do as Chris asked and create a field. So we'll just call it Goldie Field. And then we'll say this is for the flagship because I have that loaded up, you see. So I'm going to see what our top ROI lineups are for the flagship, and then see what a portfolio looks like if you're maxing it. I think it's like 88 max, something like that. Have like manually adjusted only in the past when it mattered more. I like back in the day, 3-4 versions of SaberSim ago, but I don't manually adjust it now. It gives me plenty of correlation. The thing I do, T-Pope, or if you prefer, I think Daniel, if you prefer Daniel, my bad. But I do, like when I build, we're building a field here, so we want it like this. But when I build a field, I ask for 4-3s and above. Sorry, not when I build a field, when I build my lineups. So I do manually get the correlation in. I just don't get it in by upping the slider. Now, Chris, if you're out there, because you asked yesterday about building your own field, this is why I don't build my own field. And this is what I said was I thought would happen, and it kind of did, is, okay, 40% 4-3s are in the field. That makes sense to me. That's good. But you're telling me 0.1%, there's only going to be five stacks and 15 5-2s. So I was saying, like, it's hard to build a field with good lineups and bad lineups if you do it on your own. And this is why. I don't know. I mean, so some of this is on the SaberSim logic too. Like maybe they could improve this feature. But I mean, take a look at my field. It just doesn't make sense. This is not what people are going to do. So I'll sim against it, and we'll see the difference, whatever. But I don't think I made a good field here, and I did it just exactly how you're supposed to do it, with using ownership and hidden generate. And so I said the only place I think it makes some sense is in like large field showdown stuff, like NFL or NBA show, like where you need to avoid duplication. So like the sheer fact that you're getting differentiation is good. Pope or D-Pope is okay, cool. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of building my own field. This is exactly why. But let's go ahead and run. Create a group with 20 lineups. Yeah, let's see. Let's build for the flagship here. Like I said, I'm not an MME guy anymore. But okay. Let's build, and then let's sim it against our field and against SaberSim's field. So this is how I'm not going to move the correlation slider, Depot. I'm just going to ask it for 4-3 and above to only build them. I don't want to build all these junk stacks that, like, yeah, maybe some of them grade well, but I only get 5,000 lineups on a 10-game slate. And it's like, do I really want 1,000 in there and 800 of them are going to be shit? I don't know. Interested in making my own field for this 400. Yeah, I mean, if you could do that, Depot, like if you could accurately predict the field, only allow the 3-3. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to play the 3-3, go for it. I'm not. There's a lot of people that like that kind of stack. There's other sharp people out there. I for one am not. I've coined myself Mr. Correlation, but go ahead and go for it. Now, if you can create small field, like for a 400-man field and get in it and do it accurately, I mean, that's quite the edge. I don't know if I could do it, but it's quite the edge. Are we playing more? What does it say? Onslaught stacks are more 4-3s in the DK poke check or hip check. Peter, I would play more onslaughts and 4-3s, and I wouldn't play less than that. I kind of discussed earlier why. I'm going to go back and look at post-contest sims for yesterday's poke check, and we'll look at what graded well in Saber Sim. And I think then you'll see why I do what I do or say what I say. While it's building, guys, it's going a little slow because I asked and put constraints on it. Like and subscribe. It helps us out. Keeps the channel going. Check out TrueDFS.com. So you can get access to Saber Sim there and Sheets' projections, Goldie's projections. The pay dirt model for DFS and for prop betting has been doing really well. And it's like $20 more than you just pay for Saber Sim. So like buying it a la carte, this way you get 3 sites in one. It's a really good deal. Could I look back at the last 10 game slate for a single entry guy? Yeah, let's look at the last 10 game slate at the poke check. We'll look at the poke check and we'll look at a single entry. So I won't look back at yesterday's. We'll look at the last 10 gamer. Now let's see. Let's run the Sims. Now I want to load up my field. Flagship MME field, no. Goldie field. Where can you find the prop betting? Let me find it. Let me show you. I used to do this. I did this last year where we would look at like the best bets in the tools. And I just never got to it this season. So you go to this betting model here. So you go NHL, pay dirt tools, betting model. Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna go ahead and do that after we run lineups. That's just like the key. I gotta run lineups because that's like the thing about a video, right? People want to know who you're playing or who looks good. And I will tell you in SaberSim using Goldie's projections, which you can get at TrueDFS.com along with those prop bets in the pay dirt model. Oh, look at that. And just as we talked about Igor, we get some Igor. Now let's see what our portfolio looks like of 150 simming against the field I created. And then we'll sim against Saber Sim's field. Should be quite different. Nice diversity, but a lot of Klingberg. You have to decide if you want 25% of him. He sucks. At least all the touts say he sucks. But he's still QBing power play 1. They've got Calgary at home. The price is right. She's just won a GPP with Klingberg. I mean, I don't know. You just got that. Do you want 25%? I mean, I think it's fine. I tend to trust what they give me. So I'm getting about 20% Columbus, but pretty spread out. Then you get kind of leverage. You get to San Jose, Calgary, waiting for that late night hammer. What a maybe a scrappy game. I mean, San Jose's not that bad. They're kind of playoff on, sort of. Detroit, Boston, New York. Let's see for the onslaughts. Little Columbus, Detroit, Edmonton. Can't complain with Edmonton. Look at the San Jose onslaughts. I guess just the price is right. Is it that you could just do a lot with them? Yeah. You get Kaprizov and Quinn Hughes. Boston stuff. One of the nice things about not using SaberSim's projections is you don't get a ton of Swayman. SaberSim just always loves Swayman. Not that Swayman's bad, but it's like it's a Swayman site. All right. Let's do the same thing. Try and remember who we had a lot of. And now let's sim it against SaberSim's field. Chris, what's up? Sorry, yeah, PT. Oh, no problem. What we're doing, we built a field. Rewind the video a little, Chris. I showed you I built a field, and it just didn't come out good. It's just it just didn't look right. I got like a lot of 4-3s, which I liked, but then like no 5-mans in my field, which just doesn't make sense. It's just not going to happen. That's not what the field's going to do. So take a look back, and you'll see. We're going to see what you mean now. Oh, you see what I mean? Oh, okay. Cool. Sorry, I didn't read that correctly. Okay. Whoops, I hit that again. Let's see what our exposures look like simming against SaberSim's field. I imagine we're not going to get 25% Klingberg, but let's see. Let's see. Then last thing we'll do, we'll look back at like a 10-game slate and see how, what kind of stacks graded well and stuff. And we'll see. I'm 95% confident that the top 10 lineups are all 4-3 and above, if not more than that. Okay, so a little less Klingberg, but Werenski jumping up. Kadri, Toffoli, McAvoy. Let's see stack-wise. Even more Columbus. You still get the San Jose and Calgary, but even more Columbus if we sim against SaberSim stuff. So there you have an idea of what we're going to do. And if it were right now, I would sim against SaberSim's field. I think it's just a lot better and a lot more accurate. And I would go with this, Chris. So now let's take a look at the last time there was like a 10-game slate. If I get close, if it's like a 9-game, I think that's fine. Might have been Saturday. What was Saturday's slate? I don't know. How do I know which games were night and which games were day? Does anyone remember? Let's just go. Saturday was a big enough slate, right? It was the last biggest slate. Or why don't we go 13 games? Oh, 10 games here Tuesday. Tuesday the 9th. So let's see how things graded on Tuesday the 9th. We're comparing Tuesdays. So right back to last Tuesday with a 10-game slate, Peter. I had the 3-3-3. Okay, so let's see. We asked for so first we'll look at the poke check, then we'll look at a single entry. Depope. So poke check, top ROI lineups. Stack. 6, 3-2-2. Okay, I'm proven wrong on that. A 3-2-2 graded well, but then 4-3, 5-2, 4-3, 5-2, 4-2-2, 4-2, 4-3, 4-3, 5-2, 3-2, 5-2, 4-3, 5-2, 4-3, 4-3, 6, 4-3. So I don't know. I mean, this tells us that 4-man's. I think you could build plus. This is exactly what I said. You could build plus EV lineups that are less than 4-3. and it'll work out some of the time. But ultimately, if you want to get in that ROI floor, I mean, look at what's grading terribly. If you want to build in that ROI floor, you're going to need correlation. I mean, you see no, here's a 4.2 grading badly. But for the most part, none of it. Here's another bad 4.2. So you can get in. Look, I'm not saying you can't get in plus EV lineups that aren't 4.3 and above. But there's so many more that are 4.3 and above at the ROI ceiling that I don't know. Now, you could say, well, that's because people are mostly playing 4.3s. I don't know about that either. I mean, what did the field do overall? Can we see what people did? How do we see what people did the most of? Let's see. Stack exposure. 4.3s are 25% of the field. 3.3s are 13%. See, here was the problem, Chris, with what we created. 5.2s, there's 538 of them in the field. We got 15 5.2s when we built our own field. So I don't know. I mean, I think this says 4.3 and above is better. I mean, it's only 24% of the field. And certainly the 5-mans, and look at the onslaughts. I mean, no one's playing the 6-mans, but those seem to grade out pretty well in general. It's still so much of the field not stacking, just paying the rake. Thank you. So that's my take. That's my spiel on today. It's a Columbus kind of slate. The question is, how much Columbus do you want to have? Not if you're going to have them in a portfolio. Oh, let's look at single entry. My bad, I forgot T-Pope. Let's see single entry, what graded. Well, that's for the 121. Here's 400. Here it is. 1K up top, sim ROI. The top lineup is Squid had the top ROI lineup. Not surprising. It's a 5.2, 4.3, 5.2, 6, 5.2, 4.3, 4.3, 4.3. 4.3 and above City. Now let's see how much of the field played that. Not that much. I mean, 13% of the field played 3.3s. 8% played 3.2s. 7%, 35 people had 2.2s. 27 had just unstacked stuff. So people say there isn't an edge in DFS. I mean, there's an edge here. There's an edge to be had, and it's by pulling that correlation lever, among other things. So there's my spiel for today. You got an idea for what I'm doing. I think we're proving the fact that that especially if you're playing single entry, you want to correlate, but really in everything you want stronger correlation. So that is my answer to it, Peter, Depot, and Chris. And Chris, you got an idea for that field issue that I had. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe. It helps us out. Check out TrueDFS.com. The packages are always up, and they're a great price. They're like $20 more than you pay just for this a la carte. So check it out, and I wish you good luck on today.